Hello everyone, my name is Marian Andrei and this is the first test drive with the new Kia e-Soul, an electric compact crossover. e-Soul comes in two variants, one with 64 kWh batteries, that's enough for at least 400 kilometers. It also has 204 horsepower. If you want a cheaper version, you'll get a 39.2 kWh battery and 136 horsepower. That's enough for 250 kilometers of range, which I think is pretty enough for, let's say, daily commute or so. This car is not so easy to buy because Kia didn't promise us a lot of units this year at least. They still have problems with manufacturing the batteries with LG Chem and SK Industries, but I hope they will sort this out for the next 2 years at least. And this is a problem that is very common between European car manufacturers. Let's take a closer look at the design of this car. So you'll see it has a really narrow headlights that are full LED. That's why they can make it so squishy. This car looks really nice from the front because it doesn't have any grille and it looks very futuristic. You'll recognize it instantly as an e-Soul because it still has the boxy shape. It's really nice that it doesn't have any front grille, so it's shut down here so it gets more air around the car, so it makes it more efficient. Here is the charging port, CCS, so you will be able to charge this car in 42 minutes at a 100 kilowatt hour charging station, but you can also charge it in 46 minutes on a 50 kilowatt hour charging station. As standard, you'll get 17-inch alloys. They're almost fully covered to be more efficient, and it also has this really cool design here. And you can get this car in two-tone color, 7 combinations in total, and it looks like a Soul. This is the 3rd generation actually. There's plenty of knee room, even though the seat in front of me is adjusted for a taller driver. There's also plenty of headroom, so that's enough even for taller passengers, and it's really comfortable to sit in here. There's very good visibility, big windows. Let's move at the back where you can see this huge tail light that starts from here and goes all around the car, around this back glass. And yeah, it's still boxy here with almost a 90-degree cut here, and there's no charging port here because it's only on the front. Let's open the boot a bit. There's plenty of space here. You don't even think that this is an electric car because the floor it's very low mounted, and here you can have the charging cable, and you can move this floor up one level and then you can get a full flat load capacity, so you have at least 350 liters here, but if you put the backrests flat like that, you'll get 1,300 liters at least for your luggage space. So let's take this car for a spin. It's as easy to start as any other Kia model, so you have to have the foot on the brake pedal and press the start-stop engine, and you'll have this chime, and then you'll have a green car on the TFT screen, the 7-inch one, and now you're ready to put the car in drive with this knob, and just take the foot off the brake pedal and it will easily crawl away. It's as easy to drive as any other Kia model, except you have to get used to different settings. We are now driving the 64 kilowatt hour battery pack car, so this one is enough for at least 450 kilometers range, but in urban conditions like we're driving now, Kia says that you can go as far as 600 kilometers, which is a statement that needs to be tested. Of course, not in huge traffic jams, but if you drive at slow speeds between 30 and 50 kilometers per hour, that is doable, I think. The engine is in the front. It's a very compact engine and it looks very tiny under the hood, and the battery packs are mounted between the wheels and very low, so the center of gravity is very low on this car, and that makes it really nimble. And the engine is good for 204 horsepower and 400 Newton meter torque, so the car responds immediately at any accelerator press, and that's really nice. It's also very silent and it's very, very comfortable. The suspension is really well sorted out and it's not so noisy on bumpy roads. It has fully independent rear suspension, and Kia chose that kind of suspension because it deals better with bumps and it sends less vibration to the whole car, and that's important because when you don't hear the engine, you start to hear any other noises. This car is very economical because it has a new generation engine that can consume like 130 watts hour per kilometer, and that's very close to Tesla values on Model 3. It also has a new generation battery, which for the same weight you have 25% more energy, and the batteries are also made by LG Chem or SK Industries, depending on the model you drive. If you have an e-Niro, which is similar to this one, or you have the e-Soul. This is how it feels like when you press the accelerator pedal down to the floor. It also has 4 driving modes, so you have Eco or Eco Plus, which turns down the air conditioning and makes the accelerator pedal less sensitive. You also have the normal mode, which is the one I recommend, and you also have the sport mode, which makes the car really fast. I'll show you now. Standing still, and that's 50. So at first it doesn't feel like it has 204 horsepower when you're launching from standstill, but if you put it in sport mode and you're at 40 kilometers per hour and you want to go to 50, there's a bit of wheel spin and it accelerates faster. So it needs 7.9 seconds to go to 100 kilometers per hour or 60 miles per hour, and that's really nice. But I'll recommend holding this car in normal mode, which is enough for any sort of driver. The thing that I dislike the most at this e-Soul or e-Niro is that behind the steering wheel you have some flappy paddles, which are not for changing gears because you don't need that in an electric. You can use these paddles to adjust how powerful the energy recovery system is. So for instance, if you have it on the lowest one, which you can adjust from the right pedal, it's like you're putting this car in neutral. But you'll have to play a lot with these pedals just to sort this car how you like it to be. I'm used to Tesla, and there you have like 2 options. You have normal regenerative braking, which works like in a standard engine brake from a conventional engine, or you have the powerful recovery, which also brakes the car a lot, so you don't need to use the brake pedal. But this one, if I try to put it on the highest recovery setting and I stop the car, it will not save it, and I wake up so close to the car in front because I forget the settings, and that's the thing I dislike the most. But in any other way, it feels like a proper electric car. It's very silent, it's very comfortable, and Kia has serious plans with electrifying the whole range. And the first 2 models they're gonna sell with this kind of technology and range are the Kia e-Niro and Kia e-Soul, and they're both pretty good and they look awesome, they feel as well. But they still have problems with manufacturing these cars. They say that They're trying to increase the production capacity of this car, and they have no problem with that. They can build a lot of cars, but the problem comes with putting the batteries on them, because for that they depend on two third-party manufacturers. They depend on LG Chem and SK Industries. They are both from Korea, and these two manufacturers have a lot of requests from Jaguar, Mercedes-Benz, Audi, so on, and they all have problems with delivering car for this year. So if you want an e-Soul or an e-Niro this year, it will be very hard to buy one. You can buy it, but you'll get it in December, so that's at least 6 months from now, and the greatest chance for you to have this car, if you want to buy it now, it will be next year, and that's available for all the European models from Mercedes-Benz, Jaguar and Audi, as I told. So this is the first contact with the Kia e-Soul electric car from the Korean manufacturer. It's a really nice car, and I get the hype. It's a really nice car to drive. It's very comfortable, and it comes with a lot of technology at a good price. If you liked this test, don't forget to press the like button and the subscribe button, and see you next time.